The man raised his fist and began pounding against the glass relentlessly, strike after strike. The examiner watching from behind the mirror observed the scene with satisfaction before stepping aside. Bill's sharp instincts told him this was likely a two-way mirror, and though it was risky, his gamble paid off. In this first round of the elite agent interview, Bill was the only one out of 9 candidates who passed. The others had been so focused on saving themselves that they'd forgotten the most crucial element, their teammates' lives. For an organization like the secret agents that value teamwork above all else, this was a fatal mistake. After several rounds of written exams and firearms training, only 6 candidates remained for the high-altitude parachute exercise. Initially, everyone assumed this would be just a routine skydiving drill, but Merlin's next words threw them all into panic.
A Kingsman agent needs to be able to solve problems under pressure. Like what to do when one of your group has no parachute.
Nobody knew who would be the unlucky one without a working parachute. As their bodies plummeted toward Earth at breakneck speed, Bill quickly regained his composure. He suggested they pair up and grab hold of their partners, ensuring all 6 could survive. But as they drew closer to the ground, one terrified candidate panicked and deployed his chute early, changing their even numbers to an odd count. Without missing a beat, Bill adapted his strategy. He had everyone form a circle, linking hands with their neighbors, then deploying their parachutes in sequence. Bill understood this test was all about teamwork. It was the only way to guarantee everyone's survival. With just 30 seconds before impact, the candidates opened their chutes one by one until only Bill and a girl named Susan remained. He decisively wrapped his arms around Susan, and as their shared parachute deployed, they both landed safely against all odds. This trial eliminated 3 more candidates. Though Bill had successfully passed the test, he felt deeply unsettled. He had been the unlucky one without a parachute. Did that mean his life was worth less than the others? But Merlin told him to drop the self-pity and yanked open the backup chute that had been on his back all along. As a reward for passing, all 3 remaining candidates received a dog as their companion. Bill chose the smallest one from the group. Soon they faced their next challenge, which sounded deceptively simple. Using any means necessary, they just had to lure the woman in the photograph into a room. What they didn't expect was for the seemingly straightforward mission to go sideways. When the 3 arrived at the bar and prepared to execute their plan on their target, they suddenly felt dizzy and disoriented. Someone had spiked their drinks without them noticing. When Bill came to, he found himself tied to railroad tracks with the distant sound of an approaching train whistle echoing through the air. The masked interrogator demanded Bill reveal the identities and purpose of his team, as well as who was pulling the strings behind the scenes. He threatened that the other 2 had already been crushed to pieces by the train for lying. Even as the locomotive bore down on him, Bill refused to give up any information.
It's Kingsmen worth dying for.
But after the train passed, Hart appeared before him, and Bill was completely unharmed. It turned out this entire ordeal had been designed to test loyalty to the organization. Charlie, another candidate in the same test, had cracked under pressure and spilled everything. Only Bill and Susan successfully passed this trial. Hart, as Bill's sponsor, was extremely pleased with his recent performance and took him to a tailor shop. On the surface, it appeared to be a high-end custom suit business, but in reality, it was one of the secret agent's covert weapons arsenals. From retractable blades coated with deadly poison to custom pens that could remotely deliver toxins, plus rings capable of instantly releasing 50,000 volts of electricity, thousands of cutting-edge gadgets were available for his selection.